Welcome, everybody. We're going to go ahead and jump in right away to our recognition. I'm going to go through a variety of things, and this for sure isn't inclusive of everything that our team has done. I'm going to specifically talk about the month of July. And I posted some of the things on our Facebook page. I'm really excited. I'm just so blessed to have all you guys on my team. You're incredible educators and just a gift to South Dakota and the people that you're educating. So number one, our top enroller was Stacy Meehan with 3 enrollments, which is awesome. I think Stacy's been building for like 3 or 4 months maybe, but anyways, that's really awesome. Melissa hit Premier, which is also amazing. And just if you know any of her story building, it's been a long time coming. She should have hit Premier a long time ago, but it's a big milestone to celebrate, and I think she's going to hit silver pretty quick here too. So our team as a whole enrolled 17 people, which is awesome. And then Laura Glanville had the most classes for the month. She had 5, which is awesome. And then I also wanted to give an award to, or just some recognition, I guess, to Kelly, who is one of Laura's builders. She couldn't be on tonight because of family being in town, but she, I think, wins the most unique class. She was so creative, and I love the idea that she had. I think some other people are going to duplicate it, which is awesome. She had a diffuser necklace making class. So everybody got to come, pay to make a diffuser necklace, and then if they agreed to host a class, then they got to take a sample dram of whatever oil they wanted for the diffuser necklace. So it had great strategy involved as well. So next, we are going to go ahead and jump into our training on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. I did some extra training on it, and you guys can find a lot of the materials that I used. doTERRA.com obviously has a ton of research and resources on the Lifelong Vitality Pack. And then I also on Vimeo found a recording from Justin Harrison. He spoke at Aberdeen at the Wellness and Prosperity Summit that we were at in July or June or whenever that was. And he was actually like one of the first wellness advocates is how they talk about him. He's like, I don't know, they joked around. He's like a double presidential diamond or something like that. He's very high in doTERRA. And I downloaded the video because it's not compliant. So I would imagine they'd be taking it off at some point. So if any of you guys want access to that, I'm going to upload it onto my Google Drive and just email me, and then I can share it with you so you can have access to it as well. As long as you have a Gmail account, I should be able to share it with you. So anyways, the Lifelong Vitality Pack is made out of 3 supplements, the Microplex, Alpha CRS, and then the XEO Mega. And the Lifelong Vitality Pack, if you don't already know, is doTERRA's #1 seller, which is really surprising, I think, because doTERRA is an essential oil company and their #1 seller is a supplement. But it's also really powerful to know that, and an important thing to share with your enrollees, and especially people that you're meeting with for wellness consults, because the Lifelong Vitality Pack is really something that can help sustain someone's LRP order. And then, Mel, I don't know if you're talking to me. I don't think you are. You know you're on mute, right? Okay. Sweet. The other sweet thing about the Lifelong Vitality Pack is that it has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So literally you can take your entire supply that you order, and if you don't, hey there. If you don't see results and you don't notice change, you can send it back to doTERRA, which is also incredibly powerful. I just think when people are first starting out, when they hear stuff like that it's a #1 seller, that it has a 30-day guarantee, they are a lot less hesitant to start it and to try it. And I personally have started. I love it. I think for people that are already eating super clean, it's going to be a little bit less of a change. But for people, I don't know, I feel great on it. I don't know what to contribute it to because I do other good things too, but I do feel really awesome, especially considering the number of times I wake up at night with my baby. It really is amazing. I don't ever take naps. Part of that is my personality, but I'm not getting a ton of sleep, and I still do have incredible energy. And that was one of the things I was thinking about today as I was reading up on LLV, because I've been taking it for about a month and a half now. So first I wanted to jump into the microplex. Microplex, I like to compare it basically to a whole food multivitamin. It has whole food nutrients in it that are super bioavailable for the body. It's really great for bone health, your metabolism. Callie actually shared that she knows one person that has taken it for 2 months and not changed anything else and lost 20 plus pounds. It's really great for your immune system. It's super great for your digestion. Again, it supports high energy. And then it also helps to decrease pain, and it does that through helping really balance the body so it can get rid of inflammation. Your body is the thing that gets rid of the inflammation, but the Lifelong Vitality Pack helps to balance your body so it can do so. They also just updated it to have natural folate in it instead of folic acid. So if you are talking with somebody that knows a lot about supplements, that's something important for them to know. It includes digestive enzymes that help your body to process it so you can absorb those nutrients. And then there's also peppermint, caraway, and ginger essential oil in it, which support digestion. The Alpha CRS Plus is basically an antioxidant megadose for your body. I'm not going to go into a ton of the science, but basically our body will create free radicals that create aging and then lead to inflammation in the body. And in the US, chronic inflammation is like a huge epidemic, and it's the building block for a lot of other diseases. So that's why getting antioxidants, a lot of times we hear about blueberries and all sorts of other things that are high in antioxidants. And the reason that's important is because it helps to get rid of those free radicals in the body. So when they made the Alpha CRS, they actually studied it and found that it scores an 18,000 on the ORAC scale, which is a scale of how many antioxidants basically are in a food or a supplement or whatever. So it scores 18,000, and they compared it in this video. He actually shows a whole chart of other products out on the market that are claimed to be really high in antioxidants. One of them was a product called, I don't even know how to say it, Ningxia or whatever. It's from the other essential oil company. And this other essential oil company scores 1,000, whereas doTERRA's Alpha CRS scores 18,000. So I just thought that was interesting. And so basically those antioxidants are really going to help on a cellular level to create more energy. They help to prevent the aging process. It's really great for your skin. It's great for people really that are like stressed, or like anybody, like we're all like slowly aging, and there's all sorts of things, whether it's bad food or stress or lots and lots of exercise or emotional trauma or issues or whatever that can cause an accident or oxidative damage. So that's the Alpha CRS. And then next are the omegas from doTERRA. And they are very, very high in omega-3s. And so the important thing to remind people of when you're talking about omegas is that 80% of our brain is made out of fatty tissue, like omegas. And 70% of our myelin sheaths are made out of fats as well. So myelin sheaths are basically the surface that covers your nerves. So think your spinal cord, think all the nerves that are coming from your spinal cord. Also your hormones, your cell membranes, that's all made out of good fats. And so that's why supplementing with a good omega is really important, especially omega-3, because in the US, we don't get enough good fresh caught fish, and that's the primary source that people should be getting omega-3s from. So doTERRA's is made from a variety of sources. It's made from both squid and some marine life, and then also some plant sources is where they get all the omega-3s. And then also they have included in their frankincense, clove, and multiple other essential oils that help, again, to balance the body and prevent inflammation. It also includes astaxanthin, which is key for cognitive function. It's just like basically a mega antioxidant. It's actually from an algae. But if, like, again, people in the health world know what that is, astaxanthin, because it's talked about all the time. And the thing that I love about the omega is that it includes those oils in it. So people that are wanting to take frankincense on a daily basis, it's awesome because it's already in the omega. You don't even have to think about it. It's right there. So, yes.
This is why I'm muted. I don't want anyone to know what's really going on in my life.
How is she talking to you?
Hi, Callie.
My daughter just said she needed to go wipe her butt, so.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. I'll jump right back in. Thanks for
We'll quickly digress when you're done.
That's great.
What percent of our brain is made of fats?
80%. So the last thing I was going to mention, I know a lot of you guys know this, but I think it's important to tell people this. The Lifelong Vitality Pack is editable when it's added to a LRP order. So it's great because all of these additional supplements that they will probably want and should be taking if they know how beneficial they are and how much they're going to help them, they're going to get extremely discounted. They're all $20 instead of, like, I know PB Assist is like $36 or something like that if you're getting Lifelong Vitality Pack. What? Type it in the chat. Melissa knows all the prices. That's great. But it's only $20 when you get it with the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So doTERRA also has, if you didn't know, the Daily Nutrient Pack. And the Daily Nutrient Pack includes Microplex and then the Omega. So basically they cut out the Alpha CRS. And the Daily Nutrient Pack, I would say, well, I mean, I've heard other people teach that it could be for those people that are more food conscious and they're eating like more around 80% clean, 20% not as clean. And with that one, the great thing is you can still do the add-ons for discounted prices, which is great. But I don't know. In my personal opinion, I'm still going to take Lifelong Vitality, even though I eat 80% clean. And the reason being is because I know that even like the spinach that I ate twice today, it is extremely depleted in nutrients compared to what it used to be years ago. Like when I was reading about the ORAC scale today, blueberries used to be, like wild blueberries used to be on the ORAC scale of like 9,500 or something like that. And now today they're more like 6,000. So it's like, you just think about things like that. And it's the food that we're eating is not the same. So even if you're eating extremely clean, that's why it's still so important to supplement. And I just think about it, yes, Daily Nutrient is extremely budget friendly. I totally agree with that. And I think that's why it's important to know about in your business as you're sharing it with people, because of that reason. Thanks for saying that, Mel. What else was I going to say? So anyways, with the Lifelong Vitality Pack and the Daily Nutrient Pack, I think the more we understand about these and the more we talk about them in our classes, the more we're going to be able to help other people. And I think that's where, well, even in the wellness consult, I think that's the biggest place where it comes to play. Like once people are on board and excited about diving into this lifestyle, we need to be teaching them about good quality supplements, because if they're interested in oils, they're probably already taking other supplements and they might not be as good a quality. So that's where we can really empower them. And then also it's obviously super beneficial for your business. Yes. So next, I think, I'm 5 minutes behind. Shoot. Next, we're going to go into goal setting and strategy. First, I wanted to just briefly share a little bit of my story with doTERRA. When I first started, probably for the first year and a half at least, I was not sure that I was doing doTERRA as a business, but I started enrolling people. I enrolled Melissa in my second month of doTERRA, but I wasn't doing it as a business. And I loved oils, but I was super hesitant and I had multiple limiting beliefs. And therefore, I didn't dive in. I didn't learn any strategy. I didn't take any time to personally develop myself in the business side of doTERRA. None of that. And that's my story. And I'm thankful for it because God has definitely provided through it and shown himself faithful. But if I could reverse it, there are 3 big things that I would change. There's probably more than that, but the first things that I thought of were, number 1, I wish I would have went all in. I wish I wouldn't have been hesitant. I wish I would have been just go all in, do it for a couple months or a half a year or a year. And if it doesn't work, then I'll stop. If I don't like it, then I'll stop. And that's what I try to encourage my builders as well. Obviously, there's life circumstances where that doesn't fit, but whatever your all in can look like, I definitely didn't do all in. Number 2, I wish I would have taken more time to learn strategy and long-term vision, even if that long-term vision was 6 months or something like that, because I just had no strategy and vision in my business. And I don't know. Basically, I had my call with my silver account manager and I told her what my OV was. And she said, "Oh, that's like an OV of a gold. You know that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I didn't build smart, so it's not going to be that," which is okay. I have one super strong leg and that's great. That's just my story. 3, I wish I wouldn't have had as much fear about talking about the business, because I held back so many times, and there are so many people that I bet would reconsider if I really would have shared my heart and how I've been blessed by the business, because I wasn't talking about the business, so no wonder I wasn't attracting more builders. Melissa just decided to build because she's smart and loves oils. And Londa came to me by happenstance. She was with somebody else at a camp for a whole summer, came back to me and said, "Hey, I want to build doTERRA." It had nothing to do with what I had said to her. And then Laura was a little bit further in my journey. Anyways, so that I just wanted to share to encourage you, or anybody, or your other builders, if they listen to this on replay, anybody that's just starting out. So as far as goal setting, I think we all know this, but we have to start with our why. Why are we doing this? Because if you don't have that, your goals aren't going to matter. You're not going to be motivated to complete them. 2, it's really important to keep your vision out in front of you. And what I mean by that is you have to have some sort of visual reminder. And I posted about this on Facebook, but I have a vision board, and it's actually on the inside of my closet. So I see it every day when I get dressed, and it has pictures on it. The reason it has pictures is because that helps me to see what it would look like to hit my goals when we hit diamond. It helps me to be reminded of how I would feel when we hit those goals. It reminds me of whose lives I'm going to be touching. And it reminds me of the person that I'm going to become in the process, because I'm daily reminded that I'm not the person that I want to be fully in my business. But when I see those things, I know that every step of my doTERRA journey, as I gain ranks and get further along in the business, I'm going to become the person that I want to be, because I'm choosing to grow and not to give up on myself. So, vision boards are important. And then also this is my updated little cork board. And I have scripture on here because that's important for me. I have my business goals. I have goals for my personal life, for my family, a long-term goal. I have gold here. So here it says enjoy the journey, because that's important for me to remember. A lot of times I get frustrated that I'm not further, but I want to enjoy the journey. So anyways, I hope that helps just kind of give you a picture of what it looks like to keep your vision out in front of you. Next, as you're setting your goals, it's really important, I'm sure you guys have heard this too, but to set SMART goals. What I mean by that is specific goals that are measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. So like on my cork board, it says gold by December. I hit silver in June. So gold by December should be super doable, but I just had a big move in the middle of that. So I am being specific. I want to hit gold. It's measurable. I want to do it by December. It's achievable and realistic. And then it has a time bound. So you can just see how that, like, those are good things to walk through on everyone. So also in that, like when I have gold on that board. So Melissa right now has 2 builders that qualified her for Premier. That helps qualify me for gold. Londa only has 1 builder that she has enrolled personally. So I have on my board an empty line that's going to be filled by Londa's builder. And right now I'm praying for that for her. Laura has Kelly, and I have an empty line for whoever that's going to be filled by. And those empty lines remind me that those places need to be filled every single day. And so it helps me to pray for them and know what they need in their business. It helps me know how to support them, all those sorts of things. That's just one example of how I use it to keep it out in front of me. Next, I wanted to share, I wanted to share something with you guys that's on my screen. So I'm going to try to figure this out, but here we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up some things that I wanted to show you all. If you don't already know about Share Success, it's a great resource. There's multiple different building strategy books that are out there. One of them is called Share Success, and I had no idea this existed, but it's very helpful. So I just wanted to pull up their website. Their website has a lot of great resources. They're in the process of updating some of it, so it's not all there, but they're also like launching an app and stuff like that. They do have what's called the launch guide. And I just pulled it up here. It's multiple pages, but this is the piece that I wanted to show you that I think is specific to rank advancements and making them specific and attainable and really knowing what you're up against. If you have a certain goal of hitting elite or what's next? Elite, Premier, I think I missed one. Silver, maybe not. Anyways, this helps break it down. So you can see right over here. Okay. It has you write down. So this is, I'm looking forward to September. So the last week of August, I go into my back office and I count up what the total scheduled LRPs would add up to. And obviously there's a little bit of room for error with that because a lot of people don't immediately edit their cart. They wait till the day before or 2 days before or whatever. But this is just a way to give you an approximate guess. So you add up all of that PV that will run potentially, estimated again, in September. You total it up. And then you have planned out your classes. What they've found is on average, one class will lead to 50 OV that is bought. So they have you plan out, like, this is my class, this is who's hosting, this is who's teaching, this is location, all that kind of stuff. They have you write it out, and then you total up how much OV that could be. You total it up, and to get to elite, you have to have 3,000 OV. So basically, if you have LRPs scheduled to process for 1,000 OV for the month of September, then you want to make sure that you have 4 classes that are planned, because those 4 classes would each be approximately 500 OV that would lead you to 3,000 OV. And then it's good to check in on this regularly on your back office. I'm sure you guys know this, but just hover over your name and you'll be able to see what your total OV is for the month. There's other ways to do that too, but so anyways, I just wanted to show this to you. I just went to Share Success launch, and then right here there's this download or view button, and I clicked on the view button, and that's where I got this. And so just to encourage you, this is my back office. Right now we have like 248 or something like that. People are on our team. And I share that with you because I had none of that strategy. And like, again, God has just blessed it. And so just imagine what you can do if you have that strategy and can like key in on that and focus on things like that. So next, I just briefly wanted to go through the order of things that I typically do in a normal cycle. If you guys heard my call with Jenny Hunt, you've heard this before. This is what Melissa and I just kind of made up based on our experience with Maximize Living and the chiropractic office that we worked at. But learning is always where it starts. Learning about essential oils, then scheduling your class, learning more, creating your PowerPoint, planning your flow, all that kind of stuff, inviting more. And by inviting, I don't mean like just Facebook blasts. I mean like I see someone, like I'll give an example. The other day a friend posted on Instagram that she was coming to Magnolia. I messaged her, asked if we could meet. We did. I thought I'm going to put a sample in my purse. We met up, talked. I had the sample for her. I actually bought 2 sample packs that I wanted to give her. But on the way, I checked out this yoga studio. I walked up to the yoga studio, and there's a lady trying to get in, just like me, and she can't. And I just decided to be friendly with her. We got into a conversation. I ended up sharing about oils and how I use them in my yoga practice and why they're great. And then I said, hey, do you want a sample? She did. And then I said to her, she's a sweet little old lady, and she said, but she's doing yoga. Anyways, and I said, well, I'd love to get your phone number and text you how you can use those. And she said, great. She got out her phone, and I gave her my number, and then she called me, so I had her number, and we've been in conversation since, texted and talked on the phone. And so that was one example. Then I met with my friend Brittany, gave her a sample as well. She wants to know when my next class is. So it's just all those little things where it's like hands-on, face-to-face sharing. I also, in the past, since I'm at home more, have done a lot of texting to invite people. But it's just important to remember that, like, if somebody's not responding, believe the best that it's not that they hate you and they don't want to come to your class. It's just that they're probably busy and they're thinking about it and they don't know enough. And you have to I a lot of times will just call it out, and I'll say, hey, I'm sure you're busy. Just wanted to double check. Like, are you able to make it to my class? I just really thought you'd enjoy it because this, and this. I always make it personal to them. So I hope that helps. It looks like there's questions, so we'll talk more about that later. After inviting, obviously, then you teach, enroll. Follow-up is extremely important. I literally will text people shortly after my class if they're a newbie, say, thanks for coming, hope you learned something, so blessed to have you there. And a lot of times that leads into a conversation about something that they want to learn or something they had a question about. And then I will just leave very specific things. Like, so if I decide to give them a sample or they're going home to research something or whatever, I'll say, can I follow up with you in a week? And they say, yeah, that'd be great. And so they're already expecting it. I don't feel like a pest then, and they're expecting it. So that has really been a key for me. There have been a lot of people that I have enrolled only because I followed up with them multiple times or had a wellness consult with them after a class. And then lastly, the wellness consult. And the wellness consult, again, this should have been one of my main things I would have done different because I didn't do wellness consults. Mel was probably thinking this. I had nobody on LRP because I didn't teach them about it. My sister-in-law placed a $300 standard order because she didn't even know the benefits of getting points back and getting your shipping covered or getting free products, none of that. And so that is a big key to your business. And if you need specific training on that, just reach out to your enroller or me. I'd love to help. And then also I just wanted to share with your goals and with follow-up and everything, it's really important to have a place that you are keeping track of it. I've done both my planner and now I have just my Google Docs and Google spreadsheets are downloaded on my app on my phone, and I will pull that up to add names like Jean and Brittany that I just talked to, so I remember to follow up on them, and then it's in my schedule to check in with that regularly. So Next, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. If I can figure out, okay, there we go. Because we're going to start talking about testimony. Oh, well, no, I'll actually first answer the questions. Looks like Mel got those great. Thanks, Laura. I carry with me the BOGOs that they had available. I think it's this month. The single vials and then the blends that they come in the pack of 3. I didn't used to do that. I used to just keep the little sample containers, and I filled up multiple of them ahead of time and would have them in my purse. That kind of took a lot of work because I always had to be conscious of what I had in my purse and refill more and get out all my sample stuff. What I've also heard people do is they will get one of those oil bags that's zippered and get a family physician kit and put that in there, and then you just have some sample vials in your purse so you can fill up whatever they need right then and there. So it's just kind of whatever works best for you. Yeah, I don't keep up on it very well at all when I was like just filling them up. But I love having like basics like lemon, lavender, and peppermint, and then breathe is a big one too, and On Guard. Yeah. And if I don't have like the right oil with me, a lot of times I'll try to schedule a time that I can drop it off with them later. It's hard to do that, but with some people, it depends on the person. Or if it's somebody that's really motivated to want the sample, you can always see if they're able to meet up with you somewhere too, because I know you have little babes, so sometimes it's hard to run around dropping off samples. But a lot of times if I don't have the right sample, like for instance, Jean, I gave her a trio with the singles, and I talked to her later and she has some sleep issues going, can't breathe very, very well at night. And I'm like, oh, she needs breathe. So I told her that we would connect and go do yoga together so I can give her the breathe. Just an example. It's not as fast as I would want it to be, but I was actually reading in a book called GoPro. If you haven't read it, I would highly suggest it. If I suggested one book, it would be that one to start off with for personal development. But it talks in there about you're like not seeing the person as a like you enroll or you don't enroll on this one touch, but instead like they don't enroll. Okay, I'm going to schedule the next time I'm going to talk to you. And you don't enroll then. Okay, I'm going to schedule the next time I'm going to talk to you. And each time giving them a new tidbit about oils or about a way they can use them, giving them a sample if they're interested, something to watch or anything like that. Yeah, I've given for my personal keychain too. Anyways, I think that's all the questions. So I'm going to go ahead and take it off the recording.